I recently had a very interesting comment. Someone told me I said, "oh my god," in every single review. Oh shit, I just said it again. Oh, okay, anyways, confirm this for me, someone. If I really do that every freaking episode review, I'm definitely gonna have to cut back on that. So, anyways. Why does this fucking series have to do this every freaking week? They shoot the Higgs particle cannon at this dwarf planet. And then guess what? The credits. You'd think I'd be used to cliffhangers by now, you honestly would. There's something about a series when you're getting into an episode and it's getting really fucking epic, and all of a sudden they just drop the episode off, and you're like, what? It gets me every time. I don't know what it is. It always gets me. These cliffhangers just kill me. They really freaking do. They kill me slowly in the inside. So, this episode, Sidonia is up against a dwarf planet. A dwarf planet. Now, just put this in perspective and think about that for a minute. Sidonia, a spaceship, is against a dwarf planet. That's fucking ridiculous. It really is. I mean, how do you fight a planet? I mean, come on. How do you fight a fucking planet? All I guessed from last review, I guessed properly. I said that most likely the only way to kill this thing is by going inside of it, because all the outside flesh is going to be protecting the Ghana in the inside. And so, that's exactly what they do at the end of this episode. Sidonia launches its freaking Higgs particle cannon the first time, launches it at this giant dwarf planet Ghana, opens up the entire front end of it, and then the episode ends. But still, they're gonna have to travel inside of this monstrous Ghana. This massive dwarf planet. They're navigating through a dwarf planet. Just think about that. They're gonna have to go inside of a freaking Ghana's body that can possibly change the insides of itself to fire at them. Clearly, from this episode, we find out a couple of things about the Ghana. For one thing, the Ghana can actually change their outside skin. For instance, they can add a propulsion system in the back of a fucking dwarf planet. They made a propulsion system on their giant planet. Process that, everybody, okay? A giant planet has propulsion systems. Is this Unicron? Okay, so now that we got that point across, I want to say something real quick. They can change their skin. For instance, we see Higgs particle cannons shooting up off the skin and attacking everybody like freaking sentry turrets. It is absolutely insane. I mean, we remember a couple episodes back of when the Ghana had one Higgs particle cannon and it was downright freaking crazy. Well, this Ghana dwarf planet has just cannons all over it. It is absolutely freaking scary. This episode is really freaking good. I'm not gonna deny that at all. I mean, just all the freaking intense action in this episode was good. And once again, I'm gonna say there was a bunch of death flags for a lot of the characters in this episode. And I'm going to probably expect a death for the next episode. If I'm correct, next episode is the final episode of Sidonia no Kishi. And so it's kind of shocking that they're going to be ending it off at just 12 to 13 episodes. And so I hopefully there is a season 2 of this series. I really would love to see a season 2 of Sidonia, because this series is outright freaking epic, and just this episode alone just shows that. It shows that Sidonia greatness. I mean, when is the last time we've actually seen mechs versus a fucking planet? I mean, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even remember. Maybe it's because I haven't watched a lot of mechs, but I mean, seriously, when's the last time we saw an enemy up against a giant planet-sized object that can kill people? Oh yeah, another thing we find out this episode, we find out that the Immortal Council can eject out of Sidonia anytime they want, and they can just leave Sidonia and probably get out of the trajectory of the dwarf planet Ghana. So right there, it just shows you that this Immortal Council is evil. They don't have the best intentions in mind. They're out for themselves, and they're very selfish. That's clearly what we have seen in these past couple episodes, and this episode confirms it. They're just in it for themselves, and that they are willing to let all of Sidonia die as long as they stay alive. So, interesting right there. I also like how Kunoto said that this entire world should go down with Sidonia. Right there, that's pretty fucked up. His character's dark, and I think he still deserves to die. I'm going to be completely honest there. So, this episode was good. I enjoyed the intense action of it. I enjoyed the fights. I love getting to see the animation. My god, the CGI of the animation of this freaking entire episode was brilliant. It really was, especially getting to see how they were just shooting their freaking cannons, like their, I forget the name of the cannons, what they were calling it, but they were shooting the cannons at the Garna's flesh, and it was really freaking creepy and awesome looking. So everybody, this is going to be the end of my anime review of Sidonia no Kishi this week. Tell me your thoughts on this episode. What'd you feel about all the different things that happened in this episode? What was your favorite moment? What'd you feel about that ending of how they left us with a cliffhanger? And everybody, I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.